Hello there! You're listening to the Pinoy MCU Fan, a bunk collective Filipino podcast where I get to talk about everything and anything Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm your host, Jim.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Pinoy MCU Fan podcast. Oh my god, what an eventful March for everyone, for Marvel fans in the Philippines. Because for this episode, I'm gonna be talking about the Infinity Saga concert experience. Oh my god. This was such an amazing show. I speechless pa rin ako, kaya ako nag-prepare ng script for this. may notes akong ready kasi I really want to talk about this film concert. Pero whenever I think about it, sobrang full of excitement, full of parang wholesome feelings na nararamdaman ko. Kasi sobrang dream come true ng show na to. I'm pretty sure that you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys don't know, a film concert is they play the film on the big screen, but the film's score is played by a live orchestra. That's how wholesome. Hindi wholesome pero parang mas bigatin yung dating. Mas full of emotions and full of mas tignan mo, hindi ko rin alam kung ano sasabihin ko. Pero gets ba, especially with the MCU, especially with the Infinity Saga, all 23 films, yung score pa lang nun, pag sinabi nating Avengers, alam na natin kung ano yung tunog nila. Kapag sinabi natin yung Marvel Studios intro, yung logo, alam natin may tunog yun. Yung mga theme na yun, yung mga score na yun, piniplay ng live orchestra. And guys, you can hear which instrument is which, you can see which instrument is playing, and you can see and feel the emotions that they have playing through those chords, the conductor conducting the emotions out of it. And the crowd for the show was amazing. So, Marvel Studios Infinity Saga concert experience is a film concert, and this one is an official Marvel Studios and Disney event in the Philippines. So this show was an official event. The show was produced by Film Concerts PH, and the orchestra was led by Gerard Salonga, and it was with Philharmonica Orchestra. So the show happened in March 22 and 23, Saturday and Sunday, and it happened at the theater at Soler. So I went to the first show, which was on the 22nd, and syempre kasama ko yung go-to podcast guest ko, which is Jeremiah. Yay! So we both went, and it was amazing because it was syempre, we made it 2-in-1. It was also our date night. So it was amazing. We went and see the show, and then afterwards we ate in Soler. So, and also it was our first film concert experience ever, which was great. The crowd pa lang, from the crowd itself. The moment that you go to the theater at Soler, a bunch of cosplayers are everywhere, and the rest of the crowd are wearing wearing Avengers themed clothes, Marvel themed clothes. And also, meron field bars na pop-up doon, and I saw a lot of people buying stuff. Marami doon ng Pop Mart na blind boxes, but yung Marvel Studios collab nila. So, I think, if I remember correctly, were they called Cos Baby or no? Just a Pop Mart one. So, it was amazing, and Film Concerts PH was there doing their social media work as well. And yung seats namin ni Jeremiah, we were at the balcony, which is sa taas. We got the cheapest ticket. Cheapest no? Pero I would say it's kind of mahal, but it's worth the splurge. Especially if you are a huge MCU fan. It's really worth it. Just the fact that we're gonna be hearing the 23 scores from the 23 films, it's just an experience, and it's amazing. And the crowd, I keep talking about the crowd, but dude, Maestro, the conductor, Gerard Salonga, he gave this wonderful speech in the beginning of the show. And he really told everyone, like, guys, you can cheer, you can scream, you can shout, you can even boo if you see a villain that you don't like. Whenever you see a hero, scream, cheer, clap, give a standing ovation, even shout. Like, he gave us a pass. He gave us a pass to like go wild and lose our minds, which is amazing because 'di ba pag nanonood ka ng sine, ayun yung mga bagay na syempre dapat wag mong gawin sa loob ng sinehan. Kasi nga naman, theater etiquette, like movie etiquette. But for this show, we were given the pass and it's like para tayong nagwawala. Ganun, hindi naman sa nagwawala, pero alam mo yun, bawat labas ng heroes, clap, 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 woo! Ang dami sumisigaw. It was amazing. And, oh my God, the beginning pa lang. Yung opening pa lang, we all know the opening, which is the Marvel Studios, logo, intro. Oh my God. Pinaka-paborito ko talaga is every time na, alam mo yun, nare-recognize mo yung theme. Tapos, parang yung bawat hagod talaga. Bawat hagod nila sa violin, nararamdaman mo yung vibrations. yun talaga yung pinaka-excited ako. Parang gusto ko talagang marinig through my bones yung music, yung theme from the instruments itself. Yun talaga yung pinaka-gusto ko. So, regarding the film that they showed, yes, we went through all the 23 movies in the Infinity Saga. Pero syempre, halos ilang oras yung play nila. So what they did is that it's a montage of the most essential moments in the MCU Infinity Saga. So we start from the beginning talaga. The Marvel logo, Iron Man, and then next say Captain America, and then Thor. Shout out to Hulk. Sorry that they did not show you, but then Hulk. What else can we? I'm so sorry, Hulk. And then from that we went to Avengers, and then the whole thing, Ant-Man, Guardians, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, and of course Infinity War and Endgame. Ang ano ko lang dito, ang ano ko sa Infinity Saga, na film na pinakita nila, it's yung ibang bits is galing from Hawkeye the show, yung ibang bits is galing from Black Widow the movie, which are all after the Infinity Saga. But the clips that they got are still essential in the Infinity Saga experience that we were, montage nga. One big comment, I mean, not big comment, but like just one comment on the concert experience film that they showed is that, alam ko, one of the biggest like critic of like Endgame is the fact that we did not get Natasha's, funeral or like some sort of like, memorabilia, no? Parang, I guess, well, you know what I mean? Wala tayong masyadong nakita na something for Natasha when she died. And I guess through the concert experience, they gave us just that. Na at least sa concert experience, we saw a montage honoring Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow. And also, speaking of that, I know Black Widow came after Infinity Saga. They still played, oh my God, they still played her theme during the concert experience, which truly warms my heart because I also like the theme for Black Widow. So I guess that's amazing. So, aside from seeing that honoring, Natasha after her death, speaking of deaths, yeah, we saw Natasha die again. We also saw Loki die again. So that's just like, what an experience. I kind of yeah, that made me sad, not gonna lie. Seeing Loki die again made me sad. But I understand why they had to show that scene in the film concert, because the score in that specific scene, in the first scene of Infinity War, is also iconic. Which is funny because that's the part where, Loki died, but also the score in that is just amazing. It's like ingrained in my brain, honestly. Speaking of the films, it's kind of a tearjerker to see Iron Man on the big screen again after so many years. I I don't remember if I saw Iron Man in theaters or just at home, but I do remember when I was young I saw Iron Man. And I was so young. I was like a kid back then. And then watching him again, watching Iron Man again on the big screen as an adult with a live orchestra. Dude, that's mind blown. The experience was just wow, speechless. Speechless. Now, from Iron Man, let's go to Avengers. The first Avengers movie. You know that doon natin unang narinig yung theme ng Avengers. Alam niyo yung tunog doon. At ayun yung iconic na film shot ng Avengers na paikot. Tapos they're like gearing up and looking at the aliens and like they all look awesome in this circle. Dude, when they started playing the Avengers theme, the crowd went wild. We were all clapping, and screaming our hearts out, which was amazing because I remember when I was a kid, I wish I did that. I still remember the time that I saw Avengers on the big screen and I was like in sixth grade. I think I was in sixth grade when that happened. Sixth grade or fourth grade, I don't remember. Basta nasa grade school ako noon. And I was in the theater with all my classmates because it was a fundraising event for the church. And just memories. And I guess now I have a new memory with Avengers in that specific scene. And now it's with Soler, with a bunch of Marvel fans. All of us screaming and clapping and just watching the orchestra do their thing. Just, ripping it out. Like, dude, throughout the movie when you're watching in the film concert, you would kind of forget that there's a live orchestra there. That's how good they are. Kasi parang isipin mo lang, ay parang ano, hindi naman sa parang ano, quote-unquote parang ano, pero it's more like, as you're watching kasi, and then, they sync so good. As in, parang, nasasabayan talaga nila yung movie. So, sobrang immersed ka talaga to the point na, wait, parang movie to, parang hindi siya orchestra talaga. Pero like, my brain is kind of having that thing na parang nalilito na, hala, wait lang, recording ba to or tunay na orchestra? Pero, pag dumating siya sa part ng theme na talagang parang quote-unquote chorus, chorus ng score, dun ka talaga maano kasi parang mararamdam mo na, hala, wait lang. Parang sobrang lakas yung score na to right now. Parang dun ka mapabalik sa realidad na, boosh, andyan yung orchestra, panoorin mo. Oh my God. Pag sobrang ganda ng theme, makikita mo kahit yung mga musicians, they're dancing with the song as well. I do know that my boyfriend, that Jeremiah, is also bumping his head on some of the score. It was amazing. Yeah, my part talaga na, I forgot which theme was it. I have a feeling it was Ant-Man. Pero may part talaga yung mga string instruments ng musicians, they were swaying back and forth. They were into it. That's how good it was. That's how the orchestra brings you into the movie and then also take you out to just really experience it real time. You know what I mean? So, yung pwesto namin nasa balcony, which was like on the second floor of the theater. I still wish we were like on the first floor so we were like closer to the orchestra. But honestly, our view from the top is amazing because we see every single musician up there. And it was really, really fun watching them enjoying themselves, playing these themes and scores. And like, my favorite instrument, dude, this is so weird because the moment that I walked out of that theater, I'm like, dude, I have a new instrument that I like. It's the drum. Like the big drum at the back. And I didn't even know that it's the instrument that's like responsible for my favorite parts of the score. Like, dug-dug. Ganun yung tunog niya Kinanta yung instrument. Pero, if you guys listen to Infinity War, to the opening scene, may marinig kayo doon na, tung-tung. Wait lang, masyado mataas yun. Tug-tug. Parang ganun. Ganun yung tunog niya. And I really love that part of the score in Infinity War and Endgame. Kasi parang it really brings you to the point na parang, Books, kailangan mo makinig dito. Kailangan mo mag-focus on this scene, on this particular scene. And it was so amazing watching that instrument, like the musician just drumming that part. Like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but I was talking to my boyfriend about it, and he keeps laughing because like, wow, you like drums now. Like, dude, I swear, I always listen to the Infinity War score, to the Endgame score, when I'm to the whole score album ha, as in the soundtrack album, pinapakinggan ko yun. And I always remember just listening to it, and I'm like, doon ako magigising kasi, oh my God, ito na yung part na naaalala ko sa movie. Tapos, it was that drum. I didn't even know. I feel like, kala ko kasi, since, I think sometimes they use computer din to, syempre, to compose, to like, align everything. Hindi ko akalain talaga na drum yun. Ewan ko ba kung syonga-syonga lang ako, pero like, iba yung vibes. Iba yung vibes. Pero, as you guys can tell, I'm not really a musician. I don't play any instruments. I don't know much about music, but you can tell that I really love listening to these scores because they make me feel something. And that's what composers are after. And I guess this is like the biggest compliment that you can give them is that, dude, I don't know anything about music or anything about instruments, but like the scores that you compose, they make me feel something. And that's exactly what this show felt like. And yeah, and my favorite part of the show, the film concert, the Infinity Saga concert experience, is that the encore was amazing. Because during this show, you're not allowed to, of course, you're not allowed to record, diba? So, sinundan talaga namin. Ang bait namin, no? Sinundan talaga namin yun. Hindi namin binidyoan yung ibang parts. Hindi kami nag-video during the show. Pero, oh my God, conductor Gerard Salonga gave us an encore. And we were just clapping the whole time. We all have our phones out. So, ako talaga, aminin ko, mahilig ako mag-video, lalo na pag mga concerts. Kasi, parang makakalimutan ko kasi talaga. And yung video na din, yung souvenir ko na parang, tandaan mo tong moment na to, ito yung narinig mo live. Ito yung nararamdaman mo live. And I want future me to watch back to those videos and feel the vibes of those concerts again. And I'm so glad that the conductor, Gerard, did an encore. He played the, it was not the portal scene. Was it the portal scene? I forgot if it was the portal scene or the end. Yung credit scene sa Endgame. Kasi, aminin naman natin, yung credits scene sa Endgame, it was just iconic, right? Lalo na nung credits na ng Avengers, oh my God. Like, dun talaga mas may oomph. Dun may oomph yung score. And, damn, I know if you guys are on social media, if you guys are following me on Instagram, we all posted about that encore. And, grabe, like, we were all very quiet in that moment. Wala nga lang lumalabas dun sa screen kasi nga encore na. Basically, the show is over. The conductor was just nice enough to like give us another taste. And again, dun ko mas na-feel yung yung buong MCU kasi wala na nagpi-play dun sa sa screen. So, yung attention mo talaga nasa orchestra na. And kitang-kita talaga, oh my God, even my favorite drum is like, dug-dug. I really love it. And like, the string, tsaka yung trumpet, tsaka yung wind instruments. Like, grabe. Like, parang, ewan ko, iba talaga yung vibe, guys. If you guys have like the opportunity to watch a film concert, please, I highly recommend it. And I think what makes this film concert very extra special, aside from the fact that it's, it's like Marvel Studios, it's the MCU, it's because we all went through the 23 films, the first 23 films in the MCU, and it has been years since we last saw these movies. Iron Man pa lang, nahuluhan na ako ng slight Parang, oh my God, sobrang bata ko pa nung huli ko itong napanood. Tapos yung Avengers, tapos yung Civil War, yung Age of Ultron, and then Infinity War, and then Endgame. Dude, Endgame came out in 2019. That's like almost like 6 years now. And parang pent-up excitement talaga yung vibes na dala-dala namin. And it was just an amazing show. So, yeah, I'm glad that I was able to take a video of the encore. It was an amazing souvenir for me and for the rest of the crowd as well. So honestly, if you love film concerts, I highly recommend that you follow Film Concerts PH for updates. Kasi before we had, this one, which is the Infinity Saga concert, they also did Frozen and Star Wars. So, yon. Tapos upcoming this one, sa June, they're gonna be doing Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban. So, yeah, go follow Film Concerts PH. So, if you're a big Harry Potter fan, it's really worth it to go and watch in concert. In terms of the seats, honestly, every part of the theater were good seats. I'm not even gonna lie. I go to a bunch of concerts, but more like, musical concerts. I'm not really a theater fan. My friends are theater fans, so alam na nila yung itsura and yung mga pros and cons sa mga pwesto sa mga theater. Pero for me, especially for an orchestra, like mga film concerts, yung pinapanood mo talaga is yung film itself and, looking at the orchestra, I'm okay. Actually, great din yung balcony seats because you can see the whole orchestra and you can see which instruments are playing, which is which, and I truly appreciate that. I really loved watching them. Pag nasa sa first floor ka, sa floor na seats, syempre hindi mo makikita yung the rest of the orchestra, pero I'm pretty sure you can mas closer ka kasi sa orchestra, so you're gonna feel them more. Feel talaga. Feel the vibrations of the instruments. But either way, any seat in the theater is worth it just to see your favorite film in concert. There's nothing like it. So I truly, truly recommend it. And yeah. And speaking of Film Concerts PH, they actually did a trivia night hosted by Trivia Down PH. So they had a partnership with them. And through that trivia night, the prize was tickets to the show. So I actually went to that trivia night for that Marvel trivia night in hopes in hopes of winning those tickets to the concert. Unfortunately, I did not win, but I reached an achievement in that trivia night, which is me going alone to an event. Not really an event, but a social gathering. I would say that I'm kind of shy. Syempre mahiya rin ako kasi mag-isa akong pumunta. Pero ni-reframe ko yung mindset ko na parang, hindi, okay lang, experience na rin. Just do your best and just try to win those tickets. If not, then you finally went to a Marvel trivia night and kahit mag-isa ka, you had fun. And I did. Y'all, I was sharing so much stuff about my first trivia night experience on my Instagram. Guys, follow nyo ako sa Instagram. I'm pretty much active there. But yeah, it was fun. It was a Marvel trivia night, so it was not MCU. So when we talk about Marvel, they really covered everything from the comics, the films, yung lumang Hulk, yung of course Fox, X-Men, tapos meron pang comics, meron ding games. It was amazing. Animated TV shows. They did their research. It was very fun. And even though wala akong masyadong alam sa comics, pero I did talk about this on my Instagram. Ang dami kong nasagot na tama kapag yung question is about X-Men, which is shocking even for me because, again, I call myself the Pinoy MCU fan. Tapos, I ended up answering more trivias about X-Men. It was amazing. And I credit the X-Men, the original, the 90s X-Men animated TV series. Yeah, there's may face ako. Yeah, I went through this phase that I was binge watching X-Men and it was amazing. I learned a lot to the point that now I'm actually reading comics pero through Logan, through Wolverine naman. Pero yun nga, from Logan syempre sunod-sunod na yan, 'di ba? So yeah, it was an amazing experience with Trivia Down and Film Concerts PH. And I was actually I was actually interviewed by the social media people of Film Concerts PH. So some of my snippets were like on their social media, like yung babaeng nakasalamin na nasa bar na nakaupo na madaldal. Yes, that's me. That's me. Yeah, I was so proud of myself because I went alone, which is an achievement, and it was also my first Marvel trivia night. And yeah, I had so much fun. I learned a lot. I did well for someone who's alone and someone who don't know much about comics. And I cannot wait for my next trivia night with Trivia Down. So if you guys want to attend trivia night as well, please follow Trivia Down PH on Instagram. So yeah, I truly recommend them as well. They have a lot of Marvel events, Marvel trivia nights recently, so it's really worth checking them out. So di lang sila Marvel. Meron din silang ibang topics like The Office, meron ngang Accountant, How I Met Your Mother, Friends, of course. Yeah, kahit ano pang fandom ka, meron silang trivia night for that. So, yeah, ang daldal ko. Grabe. Certified yapper talaga. I keep yapping, but like, I'm thankful for having a podcast because that's what podcasts are for. They're for yapping. Pero, yeah, if you guys wanna yap with me, please DM me on Instagram. So, lagi akong active doon. Chikahan tayo doon. And, yeah, if you guys have any comments or questions or like theories or sharing, just DM me and let me know. And if ever, malay nyo guys, we would end up on the same Marvel event, you know. And yeah, sana merong uling film concert. Nako, baka naman Disney Philippines, Marvel Philippines. Isa pa pong film concert naman, please. Wow. Nag-demand. Hindi. Pero, what an experience. Amazing. I'm speechless. So glad to be in a room full of Marvel fans, experiencing something as epic as Infinity Saga again. And that's it for this episode, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pinoy MCU Fan. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To connect with me, you can follow or message me on social media at the.pinoymcufan. The Pinoy MCU Fan is part of the Bunk Collective. Discover more podcasts at thebunkph.com and follow us on social media at thebunkph. That's it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!